The 21st Annual African Film Festival is in full swing in New York, and premiering tonight is the Cameroonian film Nina's Dowry, which tells a harrowing tale of abuse and perseverance.
Here to tell us about the African Film Festival and Nina's Dowry is award-winning director and screenwriter Victor Viyuoh. Hello and welcome.
Victor, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You came dressed to impress, didn't you?
Well, I did my best.
You ready for the red carpet already?
Sure did. Well, let's talk about Nina's Dowry.
Yes.
It's a very powerful film, very intense subject matter. Why was it important for you to make this film?
It's actually based on a true story.
Really?
Something that happened to my cousin. And what really motivated me to make the story was that I felt like it happened where I grew up, in my village. And I felt like, you know, had I been there, would I have been as silent as, you know, my other, you know, my other clansmen were silent when it happened. You know, they watched her got beat up in public, and nobody said anything, nobody intervened. So that kind of, you know, stayed with me. So I feel like, you know, this is a story that I would like to tell.
And it's essentially about a woman who suffers years of abuse and just has to stay because she has nowhere else to go.
Yes, yes.
Now, is that type of thing still going on today? And I know in the movie the husband goes after her to get back the dowry he gave her or to take her back as his property. Is that type of thing still happening today?
Unfortunately, it still happens today. You know, it does. And it's not just in rural areas, you know, not just last year, or late last year, someone that I know in the big city of Douala, which is like the economic capital of Cameroon, you know, a young lady was beaten by the husband in public, taken and locked up for 3 weeks. So it's still going on.
And why isn't the government doing more to address this? Is this something that, why is this swept under the rug or ignored?
I think culturally it's something that's kind of accepted, you know, so even, I mean, in reality, what happened in reality is worse than what I depicted in the movie.
Really?
Because in reality, one of the friends of the husband actually beat up his 14-year-old wife who was pregnant because she could not work hard enough on the farm. So he beat her up and she ended up dying. But nobody said, the police never came, the gendarme, nobody ever investigated, you know, and that was just swept under the rug.
It seems like another form of slavery. They're just being married to them instead.
Absolutely, it does, you know, and I know there are like some organizations that are like, you know, stepping up right now, but everything is still at the beginning, at the early stages in Cameroon, and they're trying to affect change, but I think it's still happening, you know. Worse, you know, atrocities are being committed, you know. A man was just, again, end of last year, beat up a young lady because he had spent money to educate her, and then at the end she decided that she wanted to marry someone else. And he basically beat her up and, you know, ended up very viciously, you know, cut her up with a machete.
Oh.
And the bride price is what it's called. It's essentially a dowry, correct?
Yes, the bride price is a dowry. And it's something that, you know, it's tough, especially in rural areas, because it might be an amount of like $100, but it's difficult to raise that kind of money. You know, women, all they do is, you know, earn enough to survive. You see, so to save $100, it could be, you know, $10,000 for them, you know, so it's really tough.
What's the reaction been so far to the film?
It's been well received. You know, I know that people have been really moved. Unfortunately, we haven't yet shown it in Cameroon. The plan is to try to do like a launch there and, you know, try to get as many people to watch the film, because I think it's important that, you know, both men and women see the film.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know you turned to Kickstarter to actually fund the film. Why did you choose to go that route?
Oh, I chose to go that route because I was totally wiped out. You know, in order to shoot the film, I shipped a container to Cameroon, and it wiped me. I had to borrow money to clear it, you know, to clear the container. So I was in debt. I could not do anything. It took me 3 years to shoot the film. Really? So after shooting the film, when I came back, I had no money. But I got an editor who believed in the project to cut the film. We were picture locked, but we could not move forward. So it sat basically on the shelf for a year. And one of my friends, you know, when he heard about what I'd been going through, you know, he suggested that we do kind of a crowdfunding, you know, campaign. And that's how we went about, you know, finishing the film.
How much money did you manage to raise?
We raised $7,500,
Really?
which was a huge amount for us.
And as a result, you were able to finish the film.
Yes.
Wow.
What
yes.
made you decide to persevere, given all the opportunities you had to walk away from the project?
I felt like I had no choice. I felt like it was a story that had to be told. Yeah, I kept trying, you know. I started work on it 2007.
Wow.
And we didn't finish it until 2012. You know, so, but I always felt like this is a story that needed to be told.
Yeah. Well, what is the film industry like in Cameroon? We've been hearing a lot about Nollywood and other places, but what makes it unique that this film was able to come out of Cameroon?
The industry is growing. Yeah, we actually, it's vibrant. We have energetic young people who are very interested in making movies. But then I think what we lack is training. You see, so we're still very, very far behind when it comes to training. But I'm hoping that with each time that I make a movie in Cameroon, I try to train young people. When I did my short film years ago, I trained young people, and some of them crewed when I was doing the feature film.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So what are your hopes for the film industry in Cameroon and the film industry on the continent at large?
I'm just hoping that, we can make movies that, reach, audiences worldwide. I want people to be watching our films whether it's from Cameroon, Nigeria, South Africa, wherever it is. I want people watching these films and thinking more about the story and and being moved by them, and not pay attention to maybe some of the technical shortcomings that some of our films have right now. Yes.
I think one of the things that's helping the film industry in those places is the African Film Festival. How was it beneficial to you to be able to show your film here, debuting tonight?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge because, how else would I get the film to show at the Lincoln Center? This is like the peak, I don't know, the peak of arts.
It's Lincoln Center.
It's the Lincoln Center.
In Manhattan.
So wow, that's amazing. And all thanks to the African Film Festival. I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful.
Are you
I'm
nervous?
hoping that
You're clearly dressed for tonight.
Yes.
How are you feeling? Are you nervous, excited? What's going through your mind right now?
I'm very excited. For me, one of the great things about showing the film is talking to the audience afterwards. Because usually we've had very engaging Q&A sessions. So I always look forward to that.
What are some of the reactions that you received thus far?
Oh, it's been very passionate. When it premiered at Fort Lauderdale International Film Festival, it was amazing. There were people crying, there were people talking to me, and women who told me that I should not for a second think that this happens only in Cameroon or only in Africa, and that it's worldwide. There were people who were trying to give me ideas on how to get the movie seen by as many people as possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it comes at a right time, especially given the Bring Our Girls Back campaign that's going on in Nigeria and throughout the world.
Yes.
It's very interesting that your film is opening now.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Well, we're glad you're bringing awareness to the situation.
Thank you.
And we wish you much success.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Good luck
much.
tonight.
Thank you.
Lincoln Center.
Yes, Lincoln Center, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And you're watching Arise Entertainment 360.